Next we're gonna talk about the brake system and check the tire. So we're gonna start with our brake hose to make sure the hose is not damaged. There's no abrasions, bulges, or cuts on the hose, and we don't hear any leaks. We'll check our brake chamber. We'll make sure our brake chamber is securely mounted and there's no damage to the brake chamber. Then we'll go to our slack adjuster and push rod. We'll make sure that there is no more than 1 inch play with the brakes released and that the slack adjuster and push rod have no damage to them. Then we'll go down here and check our drum. Our brake drum, we're going to make sure it's not cracked or damaged and there's no bluing that would indicate that it had gotten too hot. We'll check our brake pad. We'll make sure that we have at least 1/4 inch of pad and that there's no oil or grease on the brake drum or the pad, and their pads are not cracked or damaged in any way. Then we'll check all 3 sides of our tire, make sure there's no abrasions, bulges, or cuts around the tire area. Check the top of the tire, make sure that it is evenly worn and that there is at least 4/32 of tread, and I would check the tread depth with a tread depth gauge. Then I would check the rim. I would make sure the rim does not have any dents, damage, or illegal welds. I would check all my lugs to make sure that they're tight. I would make sure there are no shiny threads or rust trails that could indicate a loose lug or oblong holes on the rim. And there should be no missing lugs or studs. I would check the hub seal, make sure it is not leaking, make sure it's filled to the proper level. I would check the bolts and make sure they're all securely in place. And then lastly, I would check the valve stem, make sure it's properly capped, not damaged, and I would check the tire pressure with a tire pressure gauge.